to throw.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance. Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about down return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mason Foster in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Prescott off play action. And the pressure gets to him again.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Terrell McClain in there yet again. My goodness, making 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Jonathan Allen in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zach Brown in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Despite being 0 for 4 converting these so far, I guess you're going to say 5th time's the charm. They're going again on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Zach Brown getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Robert Blanton.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Trent Murphy. From his outside linebacker spot, he comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Prescott. And now did he step out of the end zone? Yes, he did. The referee says he stepped out, and that is going to be a safety. Well, it's rare to see one safety. It's even rare to see 3 safeties in a game, Charles.
Well, we'll be able to talk about this with our grandkids, great-grandkids, and anyone else that may come around the house when we get a little bit older on that rocking chair. We were there when we saw 3 safeties in one game. To return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Wide open receiver complete. Back now in Jacksonville. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Mason Foster in there to drop him. And his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the 2 points always stings, but they can put this in the end zone. You can make it a 2-score swing.
That stinging is probably...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Cousins to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephen Paya with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Or are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later? I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Encroachment. Defense.
Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mason Foster in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Mason Foster in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 3rd and long for Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Mason Foster in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Running with Elliott. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Cousins here to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As